The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Anything But Freakin Rasslin. Jeff, before I get into the whole routine, bro, you literally have freaking worked around the clock like the last 2 weeks. Is that a fair assessment?
Pretty much. I've had some downtime.
I just think it's hysterical, Jeff, when, bro, so many nights I'm burning the midnight oil because I can't sleep and I'm just up. And like every time, every chance when I'm up, I'm trying to promote, everything that we're doing. And then, bro, it could be 2:00 in the morning and I get an email from you and I know it's 4:00 in the morning by you. And I just go freaking hysterical, bro. I feel like me and Jeff are the only two freaking idiots up in the entire world.
Probably. Yeah. But that's the weird thing about what we do. There's no time. There's no night and day. There's no Monday or Sunday. It all just blurs together. You know what I mean? So it's just whenever I got time to do something's when I do it. It doesn't matter if it's, noon or if it's 4 a.m. whenever I feel like doing it. But that's an advantage, I think, to what we do.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, Jeff. I definitely agree. And we work our own schedule. Like if we have something to do someday, we do it. If we got to do something at 6:00 in the morning, we do it. And I mean, I love that schedule and I love that routine. But, Jeff, again, I just want to point out to people, Jeff's always working, nonstop on the brand. But the last 2 weeks in particular, if you haven't checked it out yet, I mean, Jeff basically single-handedly built an entire website, russosbrand.com. It's up now. You can go to it. We're constantly putting new content on there all the time. And I mean, that was Jeff's baby. Jeff, is there anything you'd like to point out about, russosbrand.com, maybe hidden features, something you were particularly proud of, something that's different, anything you'd like to point out about the website?
Well, I think for our audience to understand, it's a brand new experience, pretty much. It's not what we have been doing as far as websites go. We got, not only the videos, the free videos are on there, the VIP videos, that section's on there as well, but we're doing daily updates multiple times and constantly writing on there, blogs, articles, news. We got, Jake's writing on there, Pastor Dave's writing on there. I think Brandon's going to be writing on there. We got a bunch of people contributing, entertainment, wrestling, music. It doesn't matter. We'll write about it on there. We also have a merchandise section, which a lot of people have been asking for. It's real easy to order, brand merchandise and Vince Russo merchandise on there. There's the Kayfabe commentary DVDs. There's the brand T-shirts. There's Vince's books. There's autographed personalized picture that you can order. That's all in the merchandise section. You order it. You just click buy now. It adds to PayPal. It's very easy. We have, let's see what else is on there. Specific like categories, video sections. So let's say you're looking for this show, Anything But Freakin Rasslin. You'll go to the video section. You can click on that and it will bring up all of them. There's entertainment blog sections. If you just want to focus on entertainment, if you just want to focus on wrestling. If you're wondering what other content we have, there's a show description page. Also, and I think this is what people have been asking for, and I think this is going to be a good feature for everybody, is there's a comment section now on each article. So you can post, see your blog or a video you like, you can post your comments on there. You can interact with other readers, other viewers, other brand members. You guys can talk back and forth. The brand team, we will be reading these comments. We will be posting on there as well. So I think just consider it's a brand new experience. And go check out russosbrand.com. I think everyone will enjoy it.
And if you know the work ethic of both Jeff and myself, you know that we are constantly going to be adding to this. Before we get started, let me talk about kayfabecommentaries.com, their latest DVD, Back to the Territories, with James E. Cornette and Greg Gagne, the son of the great Vern Gagne. who had a lot to do with the history and the success of the old AWA. This was a great territory back in the day. People like Scott Hall, Vader, Kurt Hennig, Medusa, the Road Warriors, Hulk Hogan. If you were anybody that was anybody, you came through AWA. I was a fan of AWA, and Vern Gagne ran it. Later on, his son Greg was heavily involved. This is where Eric Bischoff got his start. He used to, back in the day, Eric Bischoff used to get coffee for Vern Gagne. And I'm not saying that as a shot. There's nothing wrong with that. That basically tells you that Eric Bischoff paid his dues. But now, Greg Gagne is going to sit down with Cornette and really take a look back at the history of the AWA, where it was prior to Vince buying out all the territories, what happened to it once that happened. A great historic account. Check it out at kayfabecommentaries.com, where you'll see an entire array of phenomenal DVDs, the best there out in the market as it pertains to wrestling, sports, entertainment. Back to the territories, James E. Cornette, Greg Gagne. Jeff, I got to start here, man. I swear, bro, as an absolute shoot, I was so bummed yesterday to hear about the news of Garry Shandling. I could not believe it. Bro, it always happens this way where I'm on Twitter and then I'll see RIP somebody. And I'm on Twitter and I saw RIP Garry Shandling, and I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Jeff, I was a huge fan of the Larry Sanders Show. It was one of the first original shows on HBO. It might have been a little bit before your time, Jeff, but man, what a freaking groundbreaking show. I remember when I went to WCW in 1999, Jeff, I was trying to convince them that the evolution of the wrestling business had to be what they were doing on the Larry Sanders Show, where, you would show the matches on video and then you would come to the backstage world and everything would be on film. So you would see this is the show and this is what's really going on beyond this. Bro, I was pitching this 17 years ago because I loved the concept behind Larry Sanders. And bro, they're going to start playing it again now, Jeff, since he passed away on HBO to go and all that. So if I'm telling you guys, if you've never seen the Larry Sanders Show, you can watch it now, 17 years later, and it'll be better than it was 17 years ago. The characters, Hank and Artie, just unbelievable. I mean, Jeff, if you're a fan of Seinfeld, you will love the Larry Sanders Show. It was before Seinfeld. As a matter of fact, bro, Jerry Seinfeld was good friends with Garry Shandling. And I swear, bro, just 2 weeks ago, I was watching comedians driving in cars getting coffee, and sitting next to him in the passenger seat was Garry Shandling and Jerry Seinfeld 2 weeks ago, bro. And they went back and they retraced when they first broke in together on the comedy club scene. So unbelievable. And when I saw that news yesterday, 66 years old, I was a shell of myself the entire night. Will called me, tried to have a conversation with me. I couldn't have a conversation with me. It was the thing where the wife was asking all night, what's wrong? What's wrong? Man, bro, Jeff, you just don't know. You just don't know. That's why, man, it is so hard for us to do, but you've got to spend every day like it's your freaking last, because you don't know, and all the petty BS that doesn't mean anything, the things you get aggravated over, the things that mean the world to you that mean absolutely nothing. These are the things you got to take into consideration. Man, Garry Shandling, what a great talent. Jeff, did you ever have the opportunity to see that show?
No, I've never seen it. And that's what I was going to ask you to explain what the show is for anybody that hasn't seen it, because, if there's somebody like me out there listening to this that's never seen the show.
Jeff, it's a beautiful show. Larry Sanders is a late night talk host. And, you see the show as he's filming the show. You see him behind the desk. He brings on all legitimate guests as themselves. Roseanne Barr comes on, David Duchovny, you name them. They're all on the show because Shandling was friends with all of them in real life. Then, bro, when the show is on videotape, just like you'll see Fallon today and, Colbert and those shows today. Then when the show ends, they go to film. And you see everything that's going on backstage, like in their lives. And bro, Jeff, I know how much you appreciate character development. And I mean, his Ed McMahon, the guy's name is Hank and is played by Jeffrey Tambor. Just, bro, you will love Hank. And then, bro, you got, Rip Torn plays Artie, and Artie's like the executive producer. And, bro, like Artie just tells Garry Shandling, like, whatever he wants to hear. And, bro, the beauty of the Larry Sanders character, a lot of people didn't get this, Jeff. All of his mannerisms and the way he acts and the way he handles things, bro, he handles everything like a female. Like he is a woman. And that's why like Artie is there, like just constantly telling him whatever he wants to hear, always putting the bright spin on things. I mean, Jeff, it is freaking gold. And I mean, as a fan of Seinfeld, I will tell you this. You will enjoy the Larry Sanders Show just every bit as you enjoyed Seinfeld. It is that good.
I'm going to check it out if they're replaying it. I'll definitely check it out. Did they say what his cause of death was? Because, like, when you see people dying in their 60s, like, that's not old anymore. You know what I mean? That used to be old. Now we got Harrison Ford's in his 70s. He's going to be playing Indiana Jones again. I mean, 60s isn't old anymore. So when you see people die in the 60s, it's like, holy crap. I wonder what they died from. And I didn't see anything, at the
very interesting, Jeff, because I read up about it as much as I could today, right? And bro, if you go, I don't know if it's on Hulu, the comedians driving in cars and getting coffee. If you look at the episode with Shandling, bro, literally just came out a couple of weeks ago. He tells Jerry that he has a condition called hyperparathyroidism. Obviously it has something to do with the thyroid. And when I was reading up on this today, it said that could lead to heart disease. So it's unbelievable how he mentioned that he had this condition. And then, bro, apparently, like, he had he was feeling okay and everything. The day before, from what I'm reading, bro, he was really like, he didn't have chest pains, but he was feeling very achy. He was having trouble catching his breath. A doctor came over and looked at him and basically said, listen, bro, if you still feel this way tomorrow, just go to the hospital, make sure everything's okay. Well, he still felt that way yesterday, called the hospital. While he was on the phone with the hospital, he collapsed. When they got there, he had a very, very faint heart attack. By the time they got him to the hospital, he was gone, bro. And it just, oh my God, Jeff, I mean, bro, you don't expect for anybody to die. But, when a guy's when it's 66, healthy, you see the way he looks. God, it blew me away. But I am telling everybody, this was a comedic genius. This is one of those things where when you watch the Larry Sanders Show, this was on a whole other level. This wasn't a freaking, like your regular sitcom on NBC and ABC that are a dime a dozen. This was groundbreaking freaking television. And Jeff, I'm telling you, watch it. You will be hooked on it. You will love it. And 17 years ago, this will still be 1,000% relevant today.
I'm going to definitely check it out. I think we need to inform people the change with this show because this may be the last episode on YouTube, right?
No, there'll probably be one more.
One more? Okay.
Yeah, next weekend. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, if this is the only show you watch, you've probably missed the news this week. So we'll quickly recap. the brand is also going to be on Podcast One now. This is a huge deal for us. So while we're still have all our video VIP content on the Realm Network, we're also going to have free audio versions on them a day later on Podcast One. So that is going to be our main avenue for free programming on Podcast One. You'll be able to listen to us on there 5 days a week. All the shows you know from the VIP area, Vince's The Swerve, Vixens Who Rule, Chicken Necks. We'll have Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Dirt on there, The Raw Attitude Show. So we're also wanting to still have exclusive content in the VIP section for our brand subscribers. As you can see on Vince's screen when it flashes back to him, the VIP membership price will be dropping to $295 April 1st. They'll still get all the same videos that they're getting now, but they'll also be exclusive bonus content only for the Realm Network VIP subscribers. And this show is going to be one of those shows. So 2 weeks from now, this show will no longer be on YouTube. You have to be a brand member subscriber to the Realm Network to get this show, and you can do that at russosbrand.com by clicking the red subscribe button.
Very well said, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't even write that down.
Jeff, what do you I think I think today, bro, I worked so hard this week. You worked so hard this week. I basically said to my wife, I got to get out today. I'm going to do the show with Jeff, and I got to get out today. I'll make sure everything else is taken care of. But I think, bro, I'm going to go see Batman versus Superman. There's a 12 o'clock show. It's almost 11 o'clock here. I think I'm going to go see Batman and Superman. Jeff, I kind of combed the internet a little bit yesterday, and supposedly what I'm reading is, of course, it was panned by the critics. You know, it wasn't critically acclaimed. But, man, every review I read, everybody said they were 100% satisfied. They were entertained. They enjoyed the movie. You know, screw the critics, screw the bad reviews. It was exactly what they thought it was going to be, and they genuinely enjoyed the movie. So I think I'm going to go see it after this show. Do you have any plans to see it shortly?
I'll probably wait. That'll probably be a movie I see with my brother. Randomly, he'll text me, hey, do you want to go see a movie? And then we'll go. And this is one of those movies that will probably happen, so I'll wait for that. But, yeah, I definitely really want to see it. One of my buddies, his name is Mark, was one of my best friends in Evansville. He texted me last night. The movie's awesome. And then he immediately calls me, so I didn't answer because he's one of those people that wants to tell you about the whole freaking movie, so I didn't want to hear it. But he's a big comic book fan, and he loves comic lore, and he liked that movie. So that's a good reference in my opinion. So he said it was good.
Yeah. Jeff, what do you got for me today?
This story.
Is this going to be a poop story again?
This is
Bro, you are like mesmerized by the poop story.
It's not because it's a poop story. It's because I honestly believe it's not real. Okay, and that's what I'm going to get into. I wrote about this on russosbrand.com. So if you want to see
exclusively, bro.
Yeah. So go to russosbrand.com if you want to see these tweets. Look at the blogs. It's like woman hides her own poop in her purse, I think is the name of it. But this is, I'm going to read you what she posted on Twitter, and then I'll tell you why I don't think it's real. Okay. But anyway, this girl has gone viral with these tweets, thousands and thousands of retweets. Now it's getting posted all over the internet. I think MTV News even reported on this girl. Okay, so she starts tweeting, and her Twitter name, if you want to look it up, is @_Blotty, BLOTTY. And like her whole Twitter pictures.
Does she have a big following, Jeff?
When I went, it was up to like 20,000, and I don't know if that's all from this story or not, but all her pictures are like her in like scantily clad clothing.
All right. Okay.
So I'm sure a lot of our listeners will enjoy her pictures, but this is what she says in numerous tweets. I have a story to tell. It is about my poop. So yesterday I went on a date with a man who asked me out in the grocery store the other day. All was going well. I went back to his place. I am a confident, calm, and self-assured woman, so I felt comfortable pooping in his bathroom. This was a mistake. His toilet did not flush properly. So, of course, like any calm, confident, self-assured woman, I panicked and flushed it 1,000,000 times, making everything worse. By this point, I was really frantic because I had been in there for too long. There was only one single piece of poop, so in that moment, something came over me, and I knew exactly what I had to do. I got toilet paper and removed the one poop from the toilet. Once that was done, I realized I didn't have a plan. What do I do with it now? I can't effing leave it there. By this point, I was really freaking out because I'd definitely been in there too long. So again, making another horrible decision, I did the only thing I could think to do. I wrapped it in multiple layers of toilet paper and put it in my purse. All right, so now what? We are sitting there on his couch and kissing, and all I can think of is the piece of poop in my purse. Him, you're so beautiful. The moment you smiled at me, you had me. Me, that's really sweet. Me in my head, I have a piece of poo in my purse. At this point, I text my sister for advice, and she's got screenshots of the texts, and this is what the texts say. The girl says, I'm sitting in his house with a piece of poop in my purse. And her sister replies, Michaela, what is happening? And she says, I don't know, but I have a piece of poop in my purse, and I'm afraid it's going to smell or fall out. Her sister says, you need to do something. Go outside, pretend you smoke. Doesn't his toilet clearly doesn't work. Does he only have one bathroom? Yes. She says, go outside. Wow. And the girl says, and it worked for half the poop. Maybe there's a window in the washroom. I could throw it out. And then she goes back to her tweets. So after a few hours, he used the washroom and I heard it flush. I figured he fixed it. Maybe not, but I have to take the chance. I have to try to flush the poop. So I brought my purse up to the washroom, unwrapped the poop, prayed to every god I know, put it in and flushed. By the grace of God, it worked. The poo flushed. I was free. I was in the clear. Everything was going to be okay. I survived. I am a survivor.
Bro, so she's full of crap. That's such bullshit, bro.
Yeah,
because go ahead, bro.
There's 3 more tweets.
All right.
So that's my story. A man sat there telling me I'm the most amazing woman he's ever met, not knowing 10 feet away in my purse was my poop that I'd fished out of his toilet. This is very embarrassing for me, but seriously, don't drink coffee before a date because it's better to be sleepy than to have to hide your poop in your purse. Now go ahead.
Why do you think it's bullshit?
The story, all of this doesn't make sense. This is what I think. I don't know if people remember. It was like a couple of years ago. This big, I don't know if she's big, but she had a good following. She was a female writer for a women's website, a blogger, a respected writer. And she wrote this story of how she met her husband. And on the first date, like she had to fart like really bad and was trying to hold it in. And on the way home in the car, she couldn't hold it in anymore. It slipped out. It was toxic. He was gagging, had to roll down the window. This is the first date, and she ended up marrying him. But anyway, the way she wrote this, it was freaking hilarious. Everybody loved it. It went viral. It blew up. I think this girl is trying to do the same thing with this type of story. The facts don't make sense. If she took a crap, there would have to have been used toilet paper. I'm getting very detailed here. Where was that? That still had to be in the toilet. So if she was worried about him knowing that she pooped, that would still be there. Did she hide the used toilet paper in her purse? B, why is she tweeting this if the whole point was for him not to know? You know what I mean? I don't want him to know I just pooped in there, put a piece of turd in my purse, but the next day I'm going to tweet this entire story. So I think she saw a way to get herself known, and it worked to be viral. She's all over the place now, and I just think this is total.
Yeah, and bro, not only that. First of all, she makes reference at the very end there. It sounds like the bathroom was upstairs.
Okay, I didn't get that, but that could be
reference to about what the upstairs. Read towards the end, and you'll see.
Okay, let me see. Was it when he went back to the bathroom?
Yes.
Yeah, I brought my purse up to the washroom.
Up to the washroom. Right. That means upstairs. Okay, right. So bro, let's look at the imbecile's options here. She's upstairs, he's downstairs. She could have thrown the piece of poop out a window. She could have went to any room, opened the window, and threw out the piece of poop, unless the guy had no windows on his house. But bro, the easiest thing in the world, why wouldn't you put it in the tank?
Like in the back part of the toilet?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Bro, number one, the guy's never going to look in there. Number two, if he ever does, the time that she used the toilet would have been so far gone, he would have never known who put it in there.
Yeah, unless she was the only one at his house and he knew it wasn't him.
I mean, how simple is that, bro? You put it in the freak, you take the ceramic cover off and you put it in there and let it float around.
Yeah, so and also, how did she get it out of the toilet? Because if you pick it up with toilet paper in the toilet paper is going to fall apart and like it's soggy, you know what I mean, or something like that, and it's going to be all flaky. So did she pick this turd out with her bare hand and then wrap it? Like I don't think it's real. And I don't know. I thought it was entertaining. Like I said in my blog, I don't want proof. I'll just take her word for it.
You put her over. You put her over, bro.
Right, and I think that was the point. I think she saw an opportunity, and she tweeted later because I guess somebody accused her of it, and she said, "Well, if I was, why would I make that up? It's embarrassing. If I was looking for attention, I would just have my tits out or something." Well, everybody does that. Girls do that all the time. This is a story that is awkward, especially coming from a woman, and I think she knew if she tweeted all this, it would blow up. So I really think this is a work.
Well, Jeff, speaking of your exclusive blog, I want to tell you a little bit about my exclusive blog that I wrote last night, because now it's starting to become a pet peeve of mine. Okay, bro, and I think this is like ridiculous. Bro, you know I'm the Goodwill hunter. I make no bones about it. Jeff, I'm not exaggerating. I go to Goodwill at least 5 out of 7 days every week, if not 7 out of 7. Okay, like constant, bro. It's 2 miles from my house. It's fairly new. I like it. I go all the time. But bro, when I go into Goodwill, it's the treasure hunt. You know, it's the hunt. You're looking for that one thing that I can go home and shove it in my kids' face who make fun of me for going to Goodwill all the time. You know, I can come back, you know, with my I can come back with my Vegas gimmick and say, oh, yeah, look, you guys said there's nothing good at Goodwill, and look what I found, bro. I can do that. Bro, I can come home, and I'm not going to choke its freaking neck. I can come home with Ditzy Klutz, and I could say, oh, look, guys, yeah, no, nothing at Goodwill today, huh, bro? I could come home with Gabrick, another Goodwill find. Oh, look, guys, nothing. Bro, what about this, Jeff? I never even showed you this. You'll love this. Bro, look at this. Freaking Yankee Stadium replica. This is a Goodwill item, bro. Okay. So, bro, it's the hunt. You're looking for that treasure. But, bro, here's the thing I'm noticing more and more when I go to Goodwill, and I'm spending a lot of time there. Bro, people are grabbing shopping carts and going around the Goodwill like it's Target or Walmart. Bro, listen. That's where I draw the line. Do not go in a freaking Goodwill and grab a shopping cart. Jeff, there are so many things at Goodwill that are so off limits. Bro, they sell used drawers. They sell used freaking underwear. Bro, freaking hats. I would never put a hat on my head that another person wore. Bro, I swear to God, they sell handkerchiefs. I saw a woman buy used handkerchiefs the other day. You don't go shopping at Goodwill. If you find the occasional jersey for a couple of bucks, great. Pants are freaking borderline. Listen, I just don't want my junk being in a pair of pants that somebody else's junk was in. I draw the line at pants. It's not a department store, the Goodwill. Jeff, do you ever go into Goodwill?
No.
Because you don't want anything there, or why?
I don't even know where one is.
Yeah,
like if I wanted to go to a Goodwill, I'd have to look it up on the internet and see where the closest one is.
There used to be a good one in Evansville. I used to go there all the time. But what about what about a thrift store in general?
Nah, really not one of those guys.
Now, are you the guy, bro, that if you went into the thrift store, would you be open to buying anything, or would you kind of draw the line that, okay, these items are out of the question?
Oh, I wouldn't buy used clothing. No.
Use nothing.
Not clothing.
Yeah, see, bro, I buy used shirts.
I don't know. I just,
Yeah, I buy T-shirts, bro, but that's as far as I go.
yeah.
I won't buy pants. I won't buy underwear. I won't buy sweatpants. I'll buy T-shirts because they're $1.99. But that's the extent of it.
I just think about like used clothing, the like the 2020s and stuff where they bring those black lights around hotel rooms and show you all the stains. I just imagine that on the used clothing.
Bro, you had to go there with that, bro. You really had to go there with that. All right, let's change the subject. What's next? Oh, God, bro.
Normally we don't use listener questions on this show. Maybe that will be a nice thing going forward if I can figure out how to do something like that. But I was talking to one of our listeners, and her name is Tania, and she wanted me to ask you why she never notices junk in wrestlers' draws. Is it small because of steroids, or do they flatten it somehow? And I told her I would ask you.
Well, bro, that steroids makes you impotent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Impotent.
I mean that's true. I mean, like that definitely affects that area over there, bro. But I never noticed, bro.
She said that you like to talk.
Is she trying to say wrestlers have small weens?
I think that's where she was going with that. She said since you like to talk about your sack all the time, maybe you would answer that.
Yeah,
question.
I never really noticed, bro. Maybe I just need to start looking at more wrestlers' packages to determine, Bro, listen, knowing wrestlers, they're not flattening it. I mean, that's the last thing these freaking egomaniacs would do. If anything, bro, they'd be propping it up. So I guarantee you they're not trying to flatten it, And also, bro, like it makes you, from what I understand, it makes you impotent, but not small. I don't think it shrinks the ween. I never heard of that before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe the guys just have small weens, bro. You know what I mean?
Maybe. And then this a Twitter follower, and I forgot to write his name down, but he just wanted to know what your favorite album of all time is.
Wow, bro. Oof. That's tough, man. Oh. Oh, that's tough, bro.
Very hard to narrow stuff like that down to one. Like if someone asked me what's my favorite movie of all time, and I think it was Andre that asked me like my top 5 favorite movies. It's so I can't even do that. You know what I mean? It's just too hard. There's too much of a selection to try to narrow something down. Yeah, for me anyway. So
off the top of my head, bro, like immediately what comes to mind is I'd have to say the Beatles, Rubber Soul. Like off the top of my head, bro, the Beatles were like. There were so many different stages of their career. You had the early days, the bubble gum, She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, that the mop top gimmick with the same suits in Shea Stadium. You had that gimmick. You had towards the end, bro, where they, started getting a little bit into drugs and the Maharishi and all this kind of stuff. And it really started getting like a little psychedelic. So you had that period, but you had a sweet spot in the middle, bro. That was like, I'd say 64, 65. And I mean, the albums, the 3 albums in a row were Help, Rubber Soul, and Revolver. And I think that was the best era of the Beatles. And the one album I love the most in the middle of their run was Rubber Soul. So like immediately I think of Rubber Soul. And bro, listen, when they re-release these albums, they put different tracks on the albums. And if you go to the store now and buy Rubber Soul, it doesn't have the original track list that it had when the album first came out. I'm talking about the original one. You got to go to a record store, find the original pressing of Rubber Soul. I'd have to say that. And Jeff, speaking of music, I got something that relates to that a little bit that I thought was kind of funny. There was an interview with Tracy Morgan. And, bro, Tracy Morgan had that horrific car accident where his mentor got killed in the car accident. He got hurt very badly. He was, he was out of play for, a couple of years. And, Tracy Morgan was talking about in this interview that, you know, he became very depressed, almost suicidal, bro. Didn't know if he wanted to live anymore. Didn't know if he was ever going to be able to do stand-up anymore, all that stuff. And, bro, guess what song he used to listen to that kind of lightened his spirits and gave him hope? And every time he fell into a deep, black, dark hole, he would play this song.
I have no idea.
Bro, the theme to Taxi. Which I thought was, you know what, when you think about it, it is a like I could kind of see that like uplifting you, but that's kind of like the theme to Taxi Tracy Morgan found, which led me to the question, Jeff, if you ever are in a dark place like that, is there ever any kind of music or an artist or something you could listen to that would kind of mellow it out for you?
Besides the sweet melodic tones of Andre Corbiel?
Yes.
So now am I depressed or am I angry?
Depressed. You need to kind of get your mind back in the right place.
Oh, geez. Probably it'd have to be either something upbeat or like some nice funk, like 70s, 80s bass-driven funk type music. Because I like a lot of music where like it's driven by the bass line and the drums and you know, there's a lead guitar and keyboards over that thing, upbeat stuff. Maybe something like that.
If you like that, are you a Metallica guy, bro?
Not, I mean, I've never bought one of their albums. I've never wanted to see them in concert. They have a few songs that I like, but I'm not a big Metallica guy. No, I would go more like if I'm thinking upbeat, like Green Day, I would go to Green Day. That would be my go-to there.
See, bro, I'm the opposite because if I'm depressed, I want to fall deeper into depression. So like I'm going the other way. I'm listening to like depressing like music, you know. Bro, you know who's somebody that I freaking love? And you would never think, I don't think anybody would think this about Vince Russo. And bro, it may be my favorite voice of all time, you know, melodic, you know, just freaking. And bro, listen, there, you know, I'm talking about compared to like a Frank Sinatra, compared to like a Barbara Streisand, compared to a Celine Dion, compared to like some of the greatest voices out there. Bro, I swear to God, I love Anita Baker's voice. Anita Baker, like her voice to me is like, I can just put a pair of headsets on and listen to her voice in my head. And oh my God, bro, the way, I mean, it just flows. I don't know what happened to her career, bro. Like I got to read up a little bit more on her because she could have went on forever. I'm sure there were personal issues and problems and whatnot, but man, did she have an unbelievable voice.
When I was growing up, my dad used to play Anita Baker when he was working out.
When he was working out?
Yeah. He'd play her, Miami Sound Machine, Keith Sweat. Like the music he was listening to when he was working out was just off the charts, weird, bouncing all over the place. Anita Baker was one of them.
I actually saw a Miami Sound Machine in concert once, believe it or not. Yeah. Speaking of which, bro, I was reading today that the Spice Girls are going to go on a 20-year reunion tour. 20 years that they first formed, they're going on tour.
Coming to America or just over in...
No, I think America, bro. Bro, you know...
Maybe I can get a date out of that.
Bro, you know what the funny thing about that is? They're still freaking smoking. Every one of them. Every one of them, bro, is still smoking hot, you know?
Yep. Sporty, I think we've discussed this on a previous show, but Sporty was my go-to. Which
I think is a questionable pick at best.
I had an unhealthy obsession as a teenager with her.
Yeah, I was hands down Posh, bro. Hands down.
Yeah.
Even though I think what's the name is hot. Who's the one on? And you know why I think it is, bro? It's that freaking accent. The one on America's Got Talent. Scary. What's her name?
Yeah, Scary.
What's her name though, bro?
Mel B.
Oh gosh, she's gorgeous, bro. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, didn't she marry Eddie Murphy or
no? She had Eddie Murphy. She had Eddie Murphy's baby. She's married to Harry Belafonte's a son.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know who Harry Belafonte is?
I've heard of them, but I don't know.
It's a day. Daylight come and you might know that from the hit Beetlejuice.
Yes, love Beetlejuice. They also, nobody's going to get this reference unless they live in Buffalo or Rochester, but there's this restaurant, Mighty Taco, and they used to always play the ads at the Bills games. Dayo, everybody's going to Mighty Taco. So that's yeah. So that's what I know that from. No one's going to get that reference, but
any other news, bro? Any other news? Jeff, I saw something yesterday that reminded me so much of you, and I was going to buy it for you, but bro, I'll be honest with you. It wasn't the cost of it. I knew it would cost me more to freaking ship it to you than buying it. And I was like, bro, I don't want to pay freaking $25 to ship it. Not that you're not worth it, bro, but I can't see spending that kind of money to ship something. Jeff, I was at Goodwill yesterday, and I saw an old school framed piece of artwork with I think it was Sean Connery in Thunderball, and like all the hot chicks that were in the movie. And it was really old school and it was really vintage, bro. And like, if you're a Bond fan, it would have been the coolest thing in the world. And it was like $20, bro, at Goodwill, and worth every penny. But bro, it was like freaking huge. And I was like, oh, bro, by the time I freaking mail this thing, it's another $25. You know what I mean?
It probably would have been more than that.
Yeah.
It probably would have been more than that.
Bro, you know, when I shipped that my TNA gimmick, bro, do you know that was $103 to ship it?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, because not only was it size and weight figure in, don't they calculate both?
Yes.
So yeah, and if you're talking a big picture frame and stuff like that, yeah, that it's just ridiculous.
Now, Jeff, if I would have gotten you something like that, would you have like laughed behind my back, or is that something you would proudly put up in your house?
Oh, I would proudly put that up. Yeah, but I also would have felt guilty that you would spend ridiculous amounts of money shipping.
Because Jeff, it was like it was vintage stuff. Like if it was something that I was a fan of, like I would have popped freaking huge, bro. You could see, like, you see John Wayne over here behind me.
Yeah.
You see next to it, like that black and white thing right there.
The Joe Namath?
Yeah, that's Joe Namath. I mean, I got that at a Goodwill. You know, like if it was something like that, I mean, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. Bro, I still might get it because you know why, Jeff? I'll tell you why. This is how I rationalize things in my head. I think tomorrow is a half price day. So what I may do is I may go to Goodwill today and I may hide it. I may bury it someplace. So when I go there tomorrow, it's half price, and then that will balance the cost of the shipping.
I don't think it will. I think shipping is going to be more than you think on this. Don't do it.
Yeah, but I know you'd love it, bro. I saw that and I'm like, oh, bro, Jeff would freak. And like, bro, every girl was like, the background was like a different color, and all the girls were in bikinis. It was freaking awesome. I had never.
That sounds like Dr. No.
Maybe
because the Dr. No poster had Ursula Andress in one, and then it had she like just different color.
That's
girls,
it.
Like red, yellow.
It's that.
Sounds like Dr. No. I think it was Dr. No.
So you've seen that, bro?
I've seen it. Yeah. One of the movie posters, like I got a book that has all the movie posters in it, and I believe that was one of the movie posters.
Jeff, it's exactly what you're talking about, because it caught my eye right away. Like I was like, oh my God, who are these hot chicks?
You know what? Talk real quick, and I'm gonna go get that book and see if this.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Bro, listen, should I pull I may pull a Scott Casey Gale and a Sarah Russo here. I did Beauty and the Beast for those of you. It will be up today. Jeff's editing it. And I left the room to let Scott Casey Gale and Sarah Russo have a conversation amongst themselves, which I thought would be highly entertaining. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to talk to myself here while Jeff gets the book. But watch it today, Beauty and the Beast. Jeff's adding some bells and whistles to it. It should be very, very entertaining. Go ahead, Jeff.
This one?
Jeff, that's not it, but there's no doubt in my mind that the poster basically came off of that. It's that movie, bro.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking of when you said multicolors.
It's that movie, bro.
You know what? No, you know what? I bet you it's this one because you said Thunderball.
It's that one. That's it, bro.
Yeah, this is
Show
Thunderball.
it.
Yeah,
Show it again.
that's Thunderball. Is that good on screen? I can't see.
Bro, that's the exact frame piece of work right there.
Yeah, this is U.S. door panels from December of 1965. So they got like the actresses in the movie. I don't know. Like, I don't know who. Okay, that was the girl. Yeah, yeah. So like, this is Domino and Volpe.
Show it again, Jeff.
Villain,
Show it again.
The villain from the movies. Yeah.
Lift it up a little bit.
That's definitely Thunderball.
That's it, bro. It's that exact framed poster, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Would that go up in the house?
Oh, it would definitely go up in the house, but don't. No, actually, it won't. It won't go up in the house. Maybe
I'm gonna get it.
It's too much. No, because it's gonna be more than you think. No, it's not worth it.
Yeah, but bro, you built the website, you did all that stuff.
But that benefits me too.
Yeah, but let that be the gift for the website.
You don't have to do stuff like that.
I do have to bear. Bro, I was so pissed the other day, Jeff. I swear to God, this pissed me off something awful. I went to my backup, which is called the ARC thrift stores, ARC. Do you have them by you?
I have no idea.
All right. Jeff, I go there late Friday, 6 o'clock, right? And I find 3 albums. One of them is a Frank Sinatra 3-album collection. The other one was the first album by the Herman's Hermits, who I like. And the third one was the best of Michael Jackson. Okay. The albums were $2.99 a piece. So $3 each. So it would have been $9 total. You don't pay $9 for 3 albums. Okay. So, bro, the next day was the weekend and every color was on sale, half price. So, bro, I'm like, okay, I'm going to bury these 3 albums and I'm going to come back the next day in the morning and I'll pay $4.50. I'll save $4.50, right, Jeff? So, Jeff, I take the 3 albums, right? And a lot of these places, they have furniture. Bro, I found a cabinet and I buried the 3 albums in a cabinet away from the records, bro, away from them. Okay. So, bro, this is about 6 o'clock at night. The ARC closes at about 9 o'clock at night and it opens 9 o'clock in the morning, right? So this is about 6 o'clock at night. I hide them. I get up the next morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. I get it ARC last Saturday at about 9:30. I go right to the cabinet. Gone, bro. Somebody found my freaking I could not believe it. I'm like, how did somebody in the last 3 hours look in here? And why would they take the albums out? But you know what it is? You know what I bet you it was, bro? I bet you it's a gimmick that everybody does.
Either that or it was like dusting day and they were cleaning the cabinets and found it.
Yeah, but I don't think they would dust the inside.
No.
I guarantee you people stash stuff away and go back when it's half price. I was so freaking pissed.
They're probably watching you on the security camera like, look at this idiot.
But, Jeff, the story gets better, and I swear this is the God honest truth, okay? Bro, I go back. Now I'm pissed off, okay? But, bro, now I go back to the albums, and I'm thumbing through the albums. Oh, my God. I find the Frank Sinatra album, okay? Now, bro, there were about like 6 bins of albums. Bro, I go to the 3rd bin. I find the Michael Jackson. And, bro, here was the weirdest thing, Jeff.
What Jackson album was it?
It was like a K-Tel, the best of Michael Jackson,
okay.
You know, the K-Tel albums. Jeff, wouldn't you think whoever grabbed the 3 albums would have put them all back together?
How do they sort them at this store?
They don't. They just throw them in bins.
Okay, then yeah, that's strange.
Wouldn't you think that would? Yeah, but so, bro, I find the Sinatra, so I'm thinking, okay, at least I salvage 1 out of the 3. 2 bins later, I find the Michael Jackson. Jeff, I swear this is a true story. This falls under the category, look at my life. So, Jeff, now I got 2 out of the 3. Now, bro, because of the ADD. Now I got to find Herman's Hermits because the ADD. Otherwise, I'm going to drive myself crazy. Jeff, I'm going through the bins and some freaking son of a bitch is holding on to Herman's Hermit. He has the album, bro. He has the album. He's carrying about 3 albums, and that's one of them. Okay? Bro, the ADD is kicking in now. It's like I had all 3 of them together yesterday. Now I only have 2 out of the 3. This jackass has the 3rd one. Bro, I'm stalking him around the store. I'm following. Jeff, I just have a gut feeling this guy's going to put the album back. There's something in my gut that don't take your eyes off of him because he's going to put the album back. So, bro, I'm following the guy. He goes to the book department. You know, he's looking at the CDs, and I'm following this guy for 30 freaking minutes. Bro, keep in mind, I'm with Amy. And I can only prolong this for so long because she's getting so freaking pissed off at me, bro.
Are you embarrassing her?
I'm embarrassing her. Bro, here's the thing, too. Bro, it's half price day, so the lines are long. So I'm telling her, okay, listen, wait in line. By the time it's your turn, the guy would have put the album back. So, bro, the guy's walking around with the album. It's almost Amy's turn in line. I keep making her go to the end of the line, bro, because the guy's still shopping. Bro, she's getting so freaking pissed at me. Finally, bro, the guy puts the album back.
You know what probably happened? Whoever found them did that on purpose to screw with whoever left them there.
They had to, because you why wouldn't you just have taken those 3 and stick them in the bin?
Right. They were trying to make it difficult because you made their life difficult.
Bro, that's my life. I don't know what kind of lives these all we're living, bro.
You know, you're gonna have a reputation because you're hounding little kids and stealing their candy. Yeah. You're following strangers around stores. You know, your posters are going to be up everywhere.
Can you imagine, bro? And this guy knew I was stalking him. I know he knew it because every time he turned around, I was right there, bro.
Now, listen, if he would have decided to buy it, would you have offered him more money?
That I was starting to think about that. But then I'm saying to myself, bro, you didn't want to pay $3 in the first place. So, like, it's defeating over. You're going to give the guy $3 for the album now when you could have got it yesterday? So, but I was thinking about that. In my mind, I was thinking, how do I go up to him and off? Jeff, do you know I used to do that when I was with the WWE and making good money? I don't know if you remember at the time, Jeff. This is probably 95. How old were you in 95, Jeff?
16. I turned 17 at the end of 95. So
Jeff, 95. 95, the hottest toys out there, bro. The hottest toys out there were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You could not get those action figures any.
I think it was earlier than that, actually.
It probably was, Jeff. And Will was so into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Bro, I swear as a shoot.
Does he want this one?
Which one you got over there?
These are the ones.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had them all, and this is the only one that survived my childhood. So.
Oh, bro, he had to have every single one. And bro, I'll never forget. I had to go to a Toys R Us. I had to befriend somebody, bro. I freaking gave this clerk at Toys R Us $50, bro. Guess for what freaking action figure?
It was a turtle.
Yeah, guess which one?
Oh, let's see.
I was I was so pissed at Will. April freaking O'Neil, bro. I gave
the yellow coat.
Yes, I was so pissed at Will. I'm like, bro, you really need April O'Neil. And like he was, bro, he had to have it. He had to have them all. I gave the guy $50 and still had to pay for it. I had to give him $50 to when the new shipment comes in, bro. Hide this one for me. Oh, I was so pissed off, April O'Neil. And bro, meanwhile, he's calling me yesterday now, telling me he needs the money for the honeymoon by Sunday. $2,200.
Awesome.
And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just not answering the phone on Sunday. That's all. I'm gonna see it's Will. I'm not gonna answer the phone. I'm gonna tell him I was in the middle of a podcast and I couldn't get to the phone.
Yeah, these ones had interchangeable heads, and you can change them back to a.
Yeah, bro, they were hot,
turtle.
Jeff. Those were one of those things that you could not get, bro. Like, oh, it was brutal. Bro, do you remember, Jeff? And I know we're going long. We'll wrap it up after this. Bro, do you know how you could tell the wrestling business is dying a slow death? Jeff, to this day, I go in toy stores. I don't know if you do. I love going to Toys R Us. I love looking at action figures. I love them. I love action figures, bro. You know, the only ones I'll buy, you know, bro, are the I'll buy my I'll buy my sport ones. Here's Buster Pogo. I love these, bro. But bro, I love action figures, bro. You know how you know the wrestling business is dying? I remember during the Attitude Era, bro, full aisles of WWE merch. Full, bro. Toys R Us, the whole freaking row. You go to any toy store today, bro, there are two little sections for WWE action figures. Am I right?
Yeah, when the Attitude Era was hot and I was in college, I worked at Walmart over the summers, and there was tons of them. Yep,
tons of them. You go today, bro. There's like two, this row, and that's it. That's how you know that. And then again, but people are buying their action figures over the internet, bro. That's what they tell you. I would love to, bro. I would love see. That's what I would love to see, bro. The sales figures. Show me the sales figures of WWE action figures from 97 to 2016.
Could you imagine if the network existed back then, how many people would have subscribed to it back then?
Oh my God, bro. Can you imagine, bro, if we would have put up exclusive footage, like, bro, 15 minutes of Raw after it went off the air? Could you imagine, bro?
Yep. It would have been crazy. Can't imagine.
All right, Jeff, listen, that's it for us. Guys, again, just to recap real quick, because a lot going on. Brand new website, russosbrand.com. Please check it out. We're going to be up on there every single day, putting content on there. That's Jeff's baby, all Jeff. Podcast one, free audio shows every single day, Monday through Friday, starting on April 5th, which is the day after the Raw following WrestleMania. And starting April 1st, if you were ever a member of the brand, if you're a current member of the brand, the membership's coming down to $295 a month for everybody. And if you want to join up, it's $295 a month. You're going to get all the Podcast One audio shows on video, plus exclusive shows on video you're not going to be able to get on Podcast One. In other words, what Jeff is saying is, worst case scenario, Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, they're going to be paying 75 cents a week to get this show, Anything But Freakin Rasslin. Is that not the worst case scenario?
Right. If this was the only show you watched, it will be 75 cents a week. Correct.
Not to mention all the hot girls we bring on and you get to see on Vixens and all that.
And if we do any Mark and Marks, it will be on there. And any special video shows that we had been doing for free on YouTube with Vince involved in them will now be solely for VIP Video Realm subscribers.
Right. And again, if you didn't understand any of that, all that is in detail on Russo's, with an S, russosbrand.com. Check it out. And also, Jeff, I didn't even tell you this, but
breaking news.
Breaking news. Starting next Monday, you're going to be able to get a sneak peek of the Steve Austin interview.
Sweet.
Then on April 1st, if you want to join the brand for $295 a month, you're going to get that Austin interview on video in its entirety.
And I've seen this entire interview, and it's awesome. You guys will love this video with Austin and Vince. If you like the Podcast One interview they did, you're going to like this one as well. So it's all new conversation too. It's nothing you you guys talked about on his show. It's all new.
Bro, I don't think this is anything he talked about on any show, to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. But
especially the Vince McMahon, Pat Patterson, Joe Briscoe conversation. That's worth the entire show.
And so you're going to get a snippet of that to wet your taste buds on Monday. Then on the 1st, you're going to have the opportunity to join the brand, $2.95 a month forever, and you will get that interview in its entirety.
Did you mention you got Austin on video? Because where do you see that today?
Yeah, Austin. You know what I mean?
The only place you're going to see that is when they put him on the network.
Yeah, that's it. So you're going to have Austin on video. Any plans this weekend, Jeff?
Yes, most of it involves the website. I'm behind. Well, right now it's Friday, so by the time they finish this, I will hopefully hit. By the time they're watching this, I'm hopefully caught up. I got to get the Beauty and the Beast show finished. There's other stuff I had planned to do. I got a lot of TV to watch. Taking my grandpa out to dinner tonight.
That's nice. But just you and him, Jeff?
Yeah, because my parents are going out of town, and they usually, take care of him for dinner and stuff like that. So I'm doing that tonight. Got to let my uncle and aunt's dog out all weekend. So that's my weekend right there.
Wow. Where are you going? Do you know where you're taking him?
It's a place called Tom Wall's. It's a local restaurant.
Oh, well, that sounds like a good time, bro. I wish my grandfather were around for me to take him out to a dinner. That's really nice of you, Jeff. Well, everybody, hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you have a great weekend. We will see you right back here on Monday. Please check out russosbrand.com. Have a great weekend, everybody. This comes from why I have heat with JBL to this day. Okay, I was in the back. It was me and somebody else, and I don't remember who it was. And JB started carrying on that he could take anybody in the company or in the locker room in a real bar fight. Okay, now first of all, I was not a big fan of JBL personally. I thought he was a big bully. I thought he was a loudmouth. So all I had to do was sit back and hear him say how he could take anybody in a bar fight. Now keep in mind, while he's saying this, I know some of the guys in the locker room. And while he's saying this, I say to myself, you know what? I'd love to see that. So sure enough, the next TV session with Vince, I pitched it. I said, Vince, listen, I pitched the whole idea of the Brawl for All. Let's do this. Guys were bonused if they did it. They got more money. That was the enticement to do it. It was so funny because the first rounds, being in the arena, people thought it was a work. People were like, what? Why are they dimming the lights? Why are they doing this? They thought it was an absolute work. By the time Bart Simpson started rolling guys' eyes in the back of their head, Bart gun, yeah. People knew it was not a work anymore. And to see Bart drop JBL, I'm not going to say that was a sad day. I thought it was a great day. This is what I'll never forget, though, man. I swear I'll never forget this. The Godfather. Yeah. This is a guy that's the real deal. This guy will kill you. He's the real deal. I'll never forget. Literally, anybody can go back and look. Bart hit him so hard, his eyes rolled to the back. I never in my life saw anybody get hit that hard. Nobody in the world expected any of that from Bart Gunn. Nobody. He wasn't even on anybody's radar.
Right. Is there a faction of wrestlers that are not participating in this that think this is taking up time on the show?
Not really, because they want to see these.
They want marks for it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And another big controversy too, huge controversy was Mero, because Mero wasn't a guy that was liked in the locker room because of Sable, and he was a Gold Gloves legitimate boxer. Mero was, And he felt that he beat JBL beforehand, and he felt that he got totally screwed out of the victory, because nobody liked him, and he was hot. He was legitimately hot.